Hello Fly Babies, hello Lions, hello my patrons. It's me, your FlyLady Kat, and we are continuing with our February gift of the wisdom of finally loving yourself, and Nikki with Inspired by Nikki's interpretation of these things in her Finally Loving Yourself with Grace series. So very excited to do this for you. I hope you're enjoying it. Today we're talking about the before bed routine for children. Here we go. So the children's routine starts with a preparation, that they are not just jerked up and suddenly forced into getting ready for bed. The number one thing you want to do is give your children fair warning. So about 30 minutes before it's time for them to begin to get ready for bed, you're going to tell them in about 30 minutes, we're going to start getting ready for bed. And you've already gone over with them what that entails. So this is not a shock. Every night we're going to do our before bed routine, and I'm going to go over it with you in a minute, but you're going to go over it with them. So if you want to, you can show them this video. That's fine. But the thing you're going to do next after you give them 30 minutes is that last 5 minutes you're going to give them a little reminder, because children get involved in their play or in their videos or in their movie or in their program or in their book. So you're going to say, in 5 minutes, it's time to get ready for bed. And then when it's time, everything gets turned off and they pick up their stuff. If they've been playing with toys, they pick up their toys. If they've been playing with a game, they put their game away, or their handheld thing for, gaming, or whatever they're doing, their book, whatever it is, they put those things away. Now, this is not the time for you to have them declutter from the entire day. That happens in your clutter checks 3 times a day. This can be your third clutter check though. So they're not going to be overwhelmed. It's only going to be a third of the day, or probably less, that they're picking up from. And you're going to have generic areas for them to put these things, not so complicated that it becomes a burden for them. Because you don't want to make life a burden. It's not necessary. We're trying to make your life not full of burdens, and we're trying to make your children's life not full of burdens. So number one, you're going to escort them through picking up their things. And it's sometimes easier to just give them one directive at a time. Put your blocks in the box, or put your puzzle pieces in the box, or put your Barbies in the box, or put your Legos in the box, or wrap the cord around that and put it on the shelf, or put your books on the shelf. A specific directive, one thing at a time. And then pick up your shoes, get your blanket, let's take all that to the bedroom and put it where it goes. I mean, you're going to have to walk them through it if they're small. If they're bigger, you can give them more generic directives. However, they're still going to get overwhelmed just like you do. So make sure you give them one thing at a time. Next, we're going to go into the bathroom. They've got to have their pajamas. They know that their clothes are going to go in the dirty clothes basket, in the laundry basket, not on the floor. Because if they bathe and then step on those with their wet bodies, they're going to have wet, nasty clothes that then go in the laundry, and that sets up a mildew situation. So dry clothes, dirty clothes in the laundry first. Take a bath or a shower at night. Brush their teeth. If it's a little girl and she has long hair, you need to spritz her hair and comb through her hair for her. You do that for her. You could have a boy with long hair too, whatever it takes, but you're going to get their hair done, if it needs it. If you have older children, like say 9, especially boys, you might want to smell their head to see if they really did wash their hair. Smell their breath to see if they really did brush their teeth, because they go through a little spell there. And you can make it a game, but they need to be in there and actually not just hopping around in the shower, but bathing, washing their hair, brushing their teeth. Okay, so after they've taken their bath, they've brushed their teeth, they've dried their body off, then there's got to be a place for them to hang their towel. If they're too short to reach the towel rack, then put some hooks on the wall until they're older and can reach the towel rack. If you want towels hung up, you have to make it convenient for them. So they hang up their towel. Then after they brush their teeth, you know how they always leave that little streak of toothpaste right down the sink where they spit it out? Well, they have to take their hand and swish that off, get that off. Then they have to hang up their hand towel if they use that, and leave the bathroom looking the way they found it. So if they played with toys in the tub, then those need to go in the netting or the containers that you have for bathtub toys. If this is a tub that gets used by everyone, and even if it isn't, it's a good idea not to leave the toys sitting in a pool of water in the bottom of the tub. Okay, so then we're going to have them pick out a book, and then they're going to climb in bed. It takes a child about 15 minutes to relax enough to go to sleep. Takes an adult about 30 minutes. So it's a wonderful thing, a wonderful gift for you to give them to read to them, no matter how old they are. If it's a chapter book, you're going to read a chapter. And if it's a book, you're going to read a book. If you get snookered into reading several books or several chapters, that will become the norm. They will expect it, they will use it as a delaying tactic, and you will be exhausted and crabby sometimes and not want to read 3 books or 3 chapters. Start now, 1 chapter or 1 book, that's it. And then they can lay in the bed and look at the book for a little while if they need to relax, but they're to stay in bed. They've had their drink of water earlier, they've gone to the potty, everything needs to be done before they get in bed. So you take away all the reasons for them to get out of bed, okay? So that's the before bed routine for children. Go over it with them before it happens. Tell them they're going to pick up their toys, or their things. They're going to pick out a book. They're going to get their pajamas. They're going to put their dirty clothes in the laundry basket. They're going to bathe or shower. They're going to brush their teeth. They're going to wipe out the sink, hang up their towels, leave the bathroom looking nice. If they play with toys in the tub, those are going to go in wherever you've decided it's going in. Get in the bed and you'll be reading them a story or a book or a chapter. A book or a chapter. And that's their before bed routine. Of course, you can add prayers, and maybe you might add 1 or 2 tiny little things like feed the goldfish or make sure the cat has water or whatever, if you want them to do that. If you want them to make lunches for school and they're older, then that happens before the before bed routine starts. So let's say it's time for them to make lunches. If it were me, I would have them do it right after dinner, after we've cleaned the kitchen, so that they can clean their little spot when they're done and it's all done. But it's your call. If you want to have them do it as part of their before bed routine, that would be the first thing they do before they do the rest. Typically, a before bed routine is about 30 minutes, including you reading a story. So it doesn't take a long time. Don't let them drag it out for 2 hours. If they have to be in bed at 8:30, before bed routine starts at 8. But if you have them making their lunch, maybe it starts at 7:50. Okay? All right, that's it for today. I hope you have a fabulous day. Pop over and see how Nikki interprets this in her videography. Have a wonderful day, and always remember that you are beautiful.